If I wanted to blow, I'll fucking blow. You understand me?
What's going on, people? Welcome to Football Carnage, and we are back with another episode of the Galacticos podcast right here for you on the channel. Make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to myself and Dave. Obviously, we're going to be collaborating on the post, so you'll see his icon at the bottom as well. Big up to the chat. We got a lot of stuff to get into, and the international break is finally over. These have been like the longest 2 weeks of my life, Dave. Even though I didn't think it was as bad. I felt like there was still some content that was able to get posted, but I'm glad that club football is back. You know what I'm saying? Real Madrid got to go play some terrorists on Sunday, and we'll take care of them. You know what I'm saying? But
hopefully,
look, shout out to everybody, right? Like I said, let's get to 100 likes as soon as possible. We got a lot to get into. Great episode upcoming right here. So many topics, bro. Like some historical kind of news, right? I'm seeing reports that Real Madrid, for the first time in history, might change their ownership structure. We're going to break that down, get Dave's thoughts on it. And I also have a poll running right now where I want to know what you guys are saying. Should Real Madrid allow outsider investment, right? Make sure you guys vote on that poll immediately, right? We also got to talk about Vinícius because we finally got an update on the contract situation. Seeing reports about Endrick possibly leaving in the January window. And like I said, Real Madrid, Getafe on Sunday. Some madness, people. But Dave, what's going on, my guy?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Obviously, hearing the news, everything about Real Madrid and kind of the ownership situation and seeing what's happening with, obviously, this weekend with the match right before El Clasico. I think that it's going to be, it's going to be a great match. I think Getafe are going to be well up for it being a Madrid derby. So we just need to structure ourselves all okay for the El Clasico match. That's it. And obviously Juventus before that as well. There's only one more main international break before March, which is the November one. And then we have just a run of club football for the foreseeable future. So it should be crazy. Should be crazy, you know?
Yeah, bro. If you think about it, the next week on my channel, on your channel, Omar BYT, Barca Volume, Warrior, Matrix, Sam.
All the guys.
The next, like all the guys, right? Everybody that's a part of the Football Chaos group, Isco, etc. Everybody. It's going to be carnage on everybody's channel, bro. I can't even lie, bro.
Pardon the pun. The
week leading up to El Clasico. And then, Dave, imagine the Monday after the game.
Yeah.
Oh, my days. It's going to be madness. I'm telling you this right now. It's either I'm going to be in a balaclava once again with the ski mask, or the Barca fans are going to be in the balaclavas. But, I mean, look, we still do have a good amount of time before we get to that. But I do want to talk about this whole ownership situation at Real Madrid. Because for the first time in our club's history, there's an opportunity for us to open up a minority stake where a billionaire can come in and invest into Real Madrid. Now, I'm seeing a lot of people online are not really sure about this whole situation. So before we, properly get into it, just give me a few minutes to really break things down, right? So, one, Real Madrid are not owned by anyone. It's not like the Premier League where you have the Glazers that own Manchester United, you have the Cronkies that own Arsenal, you have Clear Lake who own Chelsea, right? It's not like that with Real Madrid. The club is owned 100% by the socios. Socios are the members who vote, right? They're the ones that decide what goes on. A lot of
members who vote for the president,
construction or this idea that Florentino Pérez owned Real Madrid. No, Florentino Pérez is an employee. He's the president. He can be voted out, right? Perez can be fired if we were to have a massive drop-off, for example. Now, according to the reports, right, they're saying that Real Madrid are stepping up plans towards a radical change in their ownership structure. For the first time in history, the club is considering selling stakes to external investors, right? Now, I know some people might say, well, why would we do this, right? Because Real Madrid are the only club to ever make $1 billion in revenue throughout a season. And I think we've done it multiple times now. We don't need external investment per se. But Florentino Pérez believes that to compete with the Premier League clubs, to compete with teams like PSG and Man City, who are owned by states, essentially, like in like the Middle East and things like that. Even
Saudi Arabia, UAE, all of them, yeah.
He believes that outside investment is possibly needed just so that we can keep up in the future. Now, this is not Real Madrid selling all of our stakes, right? It's going to be a minority ownership. Think of Bayern München, right? Bayern have the 50+1 rule, where they're owned, the majority is 51% their members, which means the fans who own the club still have the voting majority.
It's a membership, yeah. It's a membership stake, yeah.
I am all for this, brother. Bring me that oil money immediately. Habibi, I need to see. Brother Dave, I already ordered my outfit. I got my turban. I got the red scarf that they put on top. I'm just ready. Whenever, if you tell me, because remember, Real Madrid will also control who buys. It's not like just because we open up, let's say 25%, anybody can come. No. We're going to control who gets it. And if you think about it, with the money that we already make, Dave, we are the most, we are the richest club in the world in terms of revenue. Could you imagine getting that injection of, let's say, Saudi money, for example? Oh my goodness me. It's over. And the thing is, Barcelona are also doing the same thing as well. People are just kind of sweeping that underneath the rug, but Barca are in talks with Middle Eastern people to potentially own a minority of their club. But I have no issue with this. The only way that I see it as a problem is if they said, Saudi, we're going to buy, let's say, for example, Saudi, we're going to buy 51% of the club. Now I have an issue. As long as the fans have the majority, which is at least minimum 51%, I only see this as a good thing.
I mean, I see it as a good thing. With all due respect to Saudi Arabia and all the other countries who want to get involved, Real Madrid are the biggest brand name in football. They have the biggest reach, the biggest brand. They have the most fans in the world. They have, they don't have unlimited resources, but what they do have is that clout that they are Real Madrid. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, they're going to have to put in a crazy bid to even own a minority stake for Real Madrid.
Of course.
This is not, we're not talking about when the Arab money tried to come in for Man United, and then obviously Sir Jim Ratcliffe came and said, okay, cool, we'll take a minority stake, and then obviously the Glazers keep a lot of the club already. It's just basically just sporting decisions being made. This is just pure investment. Pure investment with return on investment for them, essentially, and they know they're going to get return. That is factual, because Real Madrid, they sell t-shirts like crazy, they sell tickets like crazy, they sell merchandise, they sell every single thing on this planet that is owned by Real Madrid. Look, this plaque that I bought behind me, they will get a profit of that. So the whole situation is that with Saudi coming in, I'm telling you right now, if Barcelona don't match that, if they do come in, if Barcelona do not match it, we will walk away with La Liga every single year. That's factual. They don't even care, mate. They'll just buy every single player under the sun. Because the hard thing that Newcastle have is that they don't generate the revenue.
They don't generate the revenue to match it with FFP. Whereas that would never be an issue for us.
No, it'll never be an issue for us, man. We could probably spend like 400 million in one season. We find, okay, cool. You know, like that is how we will move. And if Saudi oil money comes in, I tell you what, bro, the whole season I'll be wearing a proper, outfit, mate.
Dave, I already bought my fit on Amazon. Bro, I already ordered it. But the thing is, but here's the caveat, Dave. See, when we hear this news, automatically we think, Saudi, give me that oil money, right? Like Dubai, Qatar, wherever. I don't give a damn who in the Middle East. If you got oil, I welcome you, my friends. But doesn't guarantee that that's who would come in, right? Like that's who we would all want, just because the stigma around Middle Eastern owners, right, is that they're very ambitious. They inject the clubs. Like look at, for example, PSG, right? Look at what they've done. Look at Man City, for example, right? Newcastle. they're spending money, but again, it's like you brought up. They don't have the fan base to just go crazy and then match FFP. So a lot of us are hoping that it's Arab money, right? For example. But at the same time, it could be an American billionaire that buys that minority stake. It could be an English billionaire, a Spanish billionaire. It doesn't have to be Saudi or
I don't. I with all due respect, I don't want American, English, or Spanish billionaires, bro. They're tight, bro. Yeah, let me talk about the Arab money, bro. They come in.
Now,
they just spend bags, bro. They spend bags, bro. I'm not getting anyone else. But the thing is, though, Dave,
like, there have to be stipulations, right? Like, there's no way. Okay, because so essentially what's going to happen, people, is that Florentino Pérez is going to bring this proposed idea. We still don't know what percentage they're going to open up. But the socios have to vote on this, right? Yeah. So, and that's going to happen next month when he proposes this idea. So then we'll get more information soon, and then we'll probably talk about it again because, like, this is major news for the first time in club's history, right? Potential outside investment, right? Because we have been a self-sustained club. Now, I'm pretty sure there's gonna have to be stipulations in there, right? As in, like, okay, you buy 25% of Real Madrid, the socios own 75%, right? We are the most valuable football club in the world. How much do you think? Let's say 25, 30%. That's at least billion or two. That just to own about 25 or 30, that's about 2 billion, right? Like, there would have to be annual cash flow, right? Annual investment. Maybe, like, your initial payment is, let's say, 1.5 billion for 20%, right? But then every year you have to give like 100, 200 million investment, and then you get your return. Like, again, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how these things work, but I think it does make sense. Like, I'm not opposed to it at all. As long as the socios have majority ownership of the club, I am for it. Because when you look at it, Dave, you remember how everyone complained about the Super League, right? The Premier League is the real Super League. But the owners want to make you think that it's off. Do you know you get more money getting relegated from the Premier League than you do for winning La Liga?
Yeah.
Like, fucking, if Wolverhampton get relegated, they're going to make more money from that than Real Madrid will if we finish top 2 in La Liga. That's mad, right? So now the Premier League, they dominate world football. Look at the money that they spend in the transfer window. $1 billion themselves. Spanish clubs are over here. Look at who was it? Like, Villarreal had to sell Yeremy Pino to Crystal Palace, arguably their best player, because of registration and financial. Look at Sunderland, newly promoted team, dropping over 100 million.
Yeah.
If you want to keep up financially in terms of being able to spend like Man City, PSG, like because the Premier League TV money is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
This is how it's going. So if you don't catch up, then you get left behind. And Florentino Pérez is an excellent businessman. So I trust whatever his vision is, because look at where he's taken Real Madrid on that side alone, besides what's going on the pitch.
Yeah, I know. It's just looking at the whole situation with the socios at the moment. I'm not entirely sure they will vote for it. That is their obviously bread and butter. Is Real Madrid, isn't it? They own Real Madrid. So, and that's a family thing. That is your sons and your granddaughters or your grandsons or whatever it is. And it gives them obviously that power to say, okay, cool, I'm going to elect a president. It gives them that power to say this. It will still remain that. But Real Madrid, with the evaluation being, I think, roughly around 7 billion, I think it's 6.7 billion, is crazy. The 25% ownership for Real Madrid would be, it will be minority, but you'll get the return. You'll get return on ticket sales. Like I said, you get return mostly on commercial value. The biggest thing that attracts Real Madrid is the commercial value of Real Madrid itself. The brands that sponsor Real Madrid, like this is what a lot of companies, like for example Adidas, are like forking millions, to even have the rights to have Adidas on Real Madrid. Is their brand, So we have to look at it as just a business itself and saying, look, if Florentino Pérez wants to do that, let him do it. Let him propose to the socios. But look, I know some socios are very hard. They're probably very, very hard line, and they won't budge on this.
Now, I mean,
They
of
will
course,
not.
like it'll never be 100%. Everybody is on board.
Mm.
I think like when it goes to a vote, it's like with the presidential election, right? Some people say, oh, maybe it's rigged, whatever. But in theory, it's supposed to be like the American people vote, right? Everybody votes for somebody different, but whatever the majority vote is generally who should be getting elected, right?
That's true, yeah.
So I highly doubt every socio will be on board with this. There's no way. But if a majority of them are, then it does happen, for example, right? Now, just for everybody to know, none of us will ever become socios. It's almost impossible. Like just look up the process of becoming a socio at Real Madrid, right? And you're gonna have to join a wait list of about 100,000 people, and you essentially need somebody to die for a spot to open up. Just saying, right? It's 99.999. I think you have a better chance of fucking getting struck by lightning
or winning the lottery, probably. Yeah,
and then you need like 3 people to vouch for you as well, and it's a ridiculous. Like I could never become a socio, Dave, because I'm not Spanish.
Yeah,
so I could never become one. But
I am Spanish, but I still can't become a socio. Maybe
you need to like maybe marry somebody's daughter that is like in it, like for you to have a chance. Like it's actually crazy, like how strict that. You know what's funny? A Barca fan told me that you could become a socio for them if you pay like $200, like on their website, bro.
Brother,
hold on.
Hopefully, man.
Somebody was like, "Yeah, bro, like being a Barca socio is just super simple."
Is it? I'm like,
there's no way.
I tell you, if there was like 1,000 euros to become a socio for Real Madrid, bro, I'll fucking do it in today, bro. Today I'll do it, mate. And they can't say jack shit about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But maybe Global Madridista can hook me up, mate. Maybe he is.
Yeah, look, like literally, look, to become a Barcelona.
I think he is a socio. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Global Madridista. Yeah, he is a socio. Actually, shoot, I might have to reach out to him, bro. Like that's Dali's guy. I think I've said so many. Make that connection.
I think I've said so many things about him that I don't think he wants to even talk to me, bro.
Hey, look, bro, like he's an older guy. He probably don't even like watch content. Like come on, like he probably don't even watch. He won't even know, Dave. He won't even know. Now, but to become a Barca socio, you have to register online, or you can go in person. You basically have to give your identification just to prove that you're a real person, and then just submit a payment of $219 euros, 219 euros. And your registration is valid. That is
Barcelona.
Mad. Yeah, bro. Like I become a Barca socio right now.
Brother, let's do it, bro.
Look, bro. Bring me Bartomeu. Bring me Bartomeu. Like my president. Brother, my president.
I'll be voting for the worst president every year, bro.
Oh, wait. I actually think it's only valid now up until December. So only this year, I think. Okay, so Barca must have switched this because it says it would only be valid. I think they're
broke, bro. I think they're broke, mate.
It says that it'll only be valid until December 31st, 2025. So maybe they're changing like how they do it because that is mad. But you know, it's funny, Dave. I actually thought that you would be opposed to this idea of outside investment, somebody buying like a minority stake of the club. I didn't think that you would be for that.
No, but
to be honest.
This whole thing, mate, about let me just see this. Yeah, the Barcelona thing, just to go back and track back at it.
Yeah.
It's not the socio, mate. It's like Real Madrid membership. It's the same thing, bruv. It's not
but they're called socios though. We're members.
Yeah, no.
Which is mad. So technically, right? Like I'm a member.
There's a big difference. There's a big difference.
I'm a member of Real Madrid. I have the card. Like I pay for it, but I don't have a vote. Like they're not. Hey, Carnage.
Give me a vote, bro. Give me a vote, mate.
Like,
anybody knows how to become a Barcelona socio, let me know, yeah?
Yeah.
Me and Will and Matrix is in the chat as well, yeah? Matrix, we're all going to buy memberships for Barcelona, and we're going to try and vote in the worst president in the history of Barcelona, mate. I'll just vote in someone absolutely trash, mate. I'll vote for myself to become president, yeah? So I'll just say, okay, sell Yamal to Real Madrid for £1. Sell Pedri to Real Madrid for £1, bro. For everybody, just £1. Bro.
Hey, look, I tell you what,
crazy,
Dave.
Mate. Biggest pound store.
Dave, if we get that Saudi money, well, me and Yamal, I'm seeing the rumors.
Yeah, you
bro.
never know, bro. You never know, mate.
I
got him in my career mode.
You fancy a little Figo switch 2.0. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you never know, mate. You never know.
Actually win some Champions Leagues, play for the best club in Spain. You don't got to be second like what you guys are as a club to us.
Yeah.
You don't have to get embarrassed in Europe every year. Let me and Mo, what's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? We can pay that. We can pay that. But
we'll get everybody.
but all jokes aside, though, seeing that, because again, Barcelona are also in talks with Middle Eastern. I could find it. But I remember this came out like in August. And if they do that, that would be a problem for us if we don't also have that kind of backing, which is why I think both clubs are doing it, right? Because the Super League's not going to happen anymore, right? Like the Super League was essentially our way to compete with the Premier League. Because again, the Premier League is the actual Super League with all the money that they spend, right? They're the only league that can drop over $1 billion every fucking transfer window, and it does not matter because of their TV deal, right? So we were trying to find a way to compete. The Super League's more than likely not going to happen. So now this is another avenue. Now, I'm seeing people, because I was talking about it in group chats earlier, and people were like, oh, we shouldn't be doing this because if you open it up to 25%, then one day, then they'll end up selling 75%, or never going to happen. Never. The socios will never vote to have non-majority.
That's a lifelong
ownership.
thing. Socios is a lifelong thing.
Yeah, like people think it's like the Premier League or something, bro. Like, that's just not how it is.
The Premier League's been like that for years upon years upon years. That's like Bundesliga teams will never have that, and a lot of the Spanish teams will never have that. That is factual. That's how it is. You know, you vote in presidents, you vote in certain people that can build a self-sustaining football club, and that's what Real Madrid are, self-sustaining. We pay, we get the revenue, and then we pay big bucks for players because we are that brand, and that's how it is. That's how we obtained Bellingham and the likes of Zizou and the likes of Beckham, different players over the years. Hazard, who was an absolute flop, but we obtained him. So this is how Real Madrid roll, isn't it? And
so you're for it?
I'm definitely for it because it means that Perez doesn't need to be tight on anything, bro. If we have an external investor that just comes in and says, okay, cool, here's bang amount of money to buy players here, just take it, bro. And then we just go and start raiding all of Europe's clubs, and we become a proper super elite club, you know, just raid the whole team, bro. Raid
and you know, like, what's funny, bro? We'll probably still be trying to sign free agents as well.
Yeah. You never know, mate.
Like if Saudi comes in, and then it's going to be like,
it's an open checkbook,
waiting to see what happens with, like, I don't know, Esteval's contract in like 7 years or some shit. It's like, hey, bro, just go pay the money, man. Like
these men are like the amount of money they're paying Cristiano Ronaldo on a week-to-week basis is crazy, bro. Imagine what they can do to Real Madrid, bro. That's mad, bro.
Again,
they'll just drop 1 billion in transfers.
Not to compare ourselves to them, but Manchester United, right? You kind of brought it up earlier. You know how you said, because remember, they wanted to sell the club. And I think it was like Sheikh Hassim bin something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
He wanted to buy it outright. But then Ratcliffe came in with an offer that let the Glazers keep majority while also giving them money, whatever.
Yeah.
It's very similar to like Manchester United, for example, right? Like, yes, Man United are shit at the moment. They're cooked. They're finished. But they are an elite club in terms of history, in terms of revenue. Like, Manchester United are one of the biggest clubs on this planet. Can you imagine if Manchester United got bought out?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that, Dave?
It'd been
by Saudi or something like that.
They would have got best managers, best players.
Bro, they'd have been right back at the top because they can comply with FFP every year. Yeah,
true. The situation is with Man United is that when Sheikh bin Saud or something, I can't remember his name yet, he was actually talking about like Mbappe's and all these different type of players. Like he was talking about Neymar's at that time. That is mad, yeah? So the fact of the matter is that because they have that spending power, they can just go straight into it, mate. Man United could have spent 500 million in one transfer window and nobody would have turned a corner. It would be just like crazy, bro. Yeah. It's crazy that Todd Bowley with Chelsea, the amount of money that he's spending and putting players on these Suge Knight contracts, like he's worked his way around that, you know, that situation where he can just spend crazy amounts of money in one season. Okay, we'll spread it over a certain amount of years, and this is what's happened. Yeah. So Man United, they would have been able to do it, and I tell you another team that will be able to do it if they get Saudi investors, Barcelona, because Barcelona get huge amounts of revenue a year as well. They're broke financially, but they still put in the revenue.
The issue with Barca is their debt. Because so let's say if Barca open up like a minority of their club, which the reports are they're looking to do the same thing as us, right away Barca's debt is cleared. Like that's probably the minimum. Like if you want to buy the minority stake, you got to clear our debt plus cash injection, because these billionaires, right? Even owning a minority of Real Madrid is a flex. Owning a minority of Barcelona is a flex, right? You're talking about arguably the two biggest clubs on this planet. And for the first time in their history, are opening up some stakes for you to buy. Of course, Barcelona, they get that money. They're no longer in debt. Barca are going to be able to operate in the transfer window like what we were seeing a decade ago, where you're seeing the Dembélés for 130-something million, the Griezmanns, Coutinhos, etc. That's how they'll be moving. Yeah. So again, if they get that, but we don't, see, this is what I'm saying. Like people get, oh, well, football is all becoming about money and this game was built for the fans or owned, but whatever. This is not 1923, bro. It's 2025, right? You have to catch up to modern times. The market is oversaturated, bro. I'm seeing scrub players getting quoted for like 100 million, bro. Look at how much Newcastle had to pay for Watamalde.
Yeah.
That guy's a 40 million pound striker. They had to pay like 90 M's.
Yeah. Like
the market is oversaturated. The prices for everything are going up. And because we're such we're a self model at Real Madrid, right? The money that we make is the money that goes in. But why do you think Florentino Pérez likes the free agents? Why do you because it's smart business, right? Like Madrid don't want to just go out there and just be dropping 100 million every transfer window on these megastars, because financially speaking, it's not suitable, not suitable, but it's not sustainable, doing that. So look, I welcome it, right? I'm hoping that it's Middle Eastern investors. If it does get approved, that's what I'm hoping. But I trust the club so much that I don't really think it matters who comes in. I believe that we're going to get cash injections regardless, because the club know what they're doing.
Yeah, no, I think ultimately the whole process will need to be determined by the socio, see what happens. And if it is approved, then Lord help the rest of European football. They will be in the dumps, literally. But the only thing that I would say against it, and this is one of the main things, is that the rest of La Liga will just crumble. It will crumble. The reason being is because Real Madrid and Barcelona are already getting enough of the TV revenue. Imagine them getting pumped another certain amount of millions or certain amount of billions into the club. That is the problem, that the rest of La Liga will just like, what the hell's going on? We will never be able to win this league. That's factual, yeah? And you've seen with the Premier League, and obviously Liverpool have been doing good business, whatever, in terms of selling players and then buying players and selling players. They do good business. But Liverpool and Man City are realistically the only two teams that can win this Premier League. And Arsenal, I would say, but Arsenal have pumped so much money over the last few years into the club that is crazy, yeah? But Liverpool and Man City are realistically, because of their spending power and how much they can spend on drop money on players, they're the ones who can realistically win the Premier League. So that's becoming a two-horse race. La Liga will always be a two-horse race, even now. Yeah, Atletico Madrid, I will never even count them into this three-horse race ever, because they're just shit at the end.
They're usually a first half of the season club. Yeah, but not even this season. They fucking they were out the title race after the second match week.
Exactly. So La Liga are the teams, man. They would need to open up their clubs to investors to drop money into them as well. You understand? So that's how it is. Like,
I actually think that can happen, bro. Yeah, on top of that, I just think once Tebas is out, right? La Liga could demand I don't think we can get a TV deal like the Prem, because I don't think La Liga is as marketable as the Premier League. But you have Real Madrid.
They used to have big investors, but now it's just
but you have Real Madrid and Barca. How do you not have a better TV deal?
Yeah.
And I also think maybe with outside investment, let's say Barca and Real Madrid get that. Maybe we lower our percentage of the TV rights that we take up, so that it could be spread maybe more evenly now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I can see it definitely having some ripple effects. But I mean, look, it's definitely one to keep an eye on. Again, Perez is gonna bring this to the socios in about a month. We'll get more details then, and I'm pretty sure we'll have a lot more to talk about because there's probably gonna be more clues on what investor it might be or whatever. But I'm open to it 100%.
I mean, I've criticized Perez in the past for certain things, and obviously,
you called him a pussy.
Yeah, I called him a pussy last year as well because of what he did in the winter transfer window and not being a flipping buying players when we needed it. One thing I got to say about Perez, and also during the first Galacticos eras when we absolutely crumbled like a team because we just kept on buying superstars and never putting them together in the puzzle how it's supposed to be. What I would say is that if Perez was the president of La Liga will be bigger than the Premier League. That's facts, mate. Like Perez would open up to business, bruv.
I mean,
he would open up the whole thing, bruv. He would be absolutely involved in every single thing. Him as a businessman, very, very astute. He knows what he's doing.
I agree in terms of business-wise, but I don't think, and maybe you can correct me because you know more football than I do, has the club president ever then went on to become the La Liga president? Because I feel like
no, it won't.
It's bad enough that we already get the Vardrid allegation.
It will be too biased. It will be too biased.
That's what I'm saying. It's like Perez as La Liga's president. Because if this was, let's say, if this was Laporta going for I would be mad about that. So I don't think I'd advocate for Perez to do, even though as a businessman he's phenomenal. But I wouldn't advocate for that. But do you know what you need to be worried about, Dave? If Saudi or one of these other Middle Eastern clubs buy us, you can't be outside the Bernabeu ranting anymore and cursing the club, bro. They might behead you. They don't play around, bro. They don't.
Brother, I'll be in my spot, mate. Nobody even knows where I record, bro. So,
Dave, I'm telling you. The Saudi prince might send some black Jeeps to come talk to you, bro.
I'm fully doing the transfer next year with my fiance to Madrid. So, boy, I may need her to get some Brazilians, mate. Just like round like surround.
Hey,
you never know, bro.
Hey, look, bro, they don't mess around. Bro, they cut your hands off for stealing, bro. It's serious over there, Dave.
It's crazy, mate. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see, mate. But look, mate, like, hey, I could just see Matrix doing a video, but he's in the chat now. I can see him doing a video if Arab money comes into Real Madrid, bro. He will be going straight in, bro. I could just tell, bro.
Dave,
everybody would, mate.
If we get Middle Eastern money, watch my outfits for about a month after that news breaks.
I saw the month, mate. I've been doing it all year, bro.
Brother, I might have a camel behind me. I might have the Saudi flag. Y'all would think Zaire. If you're watching, I told you. Do you know who Zaire Talks is? He's a big like he's from Saudi. His dad, I think his dad's the crown prince because he's loaded. Zaire, tell your father to contact me immediately, bro. Yeah. You feel me? But look, big up everybody that's watching, man. Let us know what you guys are saying about this whole situation, right? How many likes are we on? 65, but come on, man. It's over 265 people in here. We got to have at least 100 likes as soon as possible. And also, don't forget to subscribe to Dave as well. Let me get these supers and then we move on. Big up to Raw Killer as always. Yo, Raw Killer, don't send another super chat for a long time, bro. You're always supporting, bro. I appreciate you so much. But he says, chair to the international break over. That's a fact, bro. We're going to talk about Getafe in a little bit. Then big up to Terry. Says the problem with Real Madrid selling even a minority stake of the club is that the private owners are exponentially more financially powerful than the fans.
That's true, yeah.
See, but the thing is, though, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, an example that I can use. Financially, yes. But when it comes down to, let's say, when Florentino Pérez is leaving, he's doing 4 more years, then he's gone, right? He's old as dirt. He needs to retire, see out the rest of his days with his family, whatever, right? Big up to him. The socios, let's say if by then we have the investment, the socios, as long as they have the majority percentage of the club, have the majority vote. Everything gets voted on, right? So yes, the external investors would have a vote. They would. But if it's not with what the majority is saying, then it does not matter. So, for example, let's say Football Chaos. Let's say if that was a company It's 10 of us. Let's say me being the owner, I have 40%. And then let's say I split up the rest between the rest of the 9 guys. If I have the majority of the company, my vote holds more weight, if that makes sense,
That's
right?
true.
So just to kind of help you break it down. But I can see like where you're coming from though, bro. But don't worry, it's gonna be a good thing for the club. But like, let's move forward though. Dave, have you seen the news about Vinícius and his contract situation?
I have in slight, mate. I'm not really been too clued on it. Tell me more.
Okay,
Tell
yeah.
me more.
So essentially, right? They're saying that Vinny's agents are demanding that his new contract has a fixed salary between 20 and 25 million, right? And the report is saying that Real Madrid want to keep Vinícius. They're ready to make an effort to keep him, but they do want him to, maybe like lower some of his demands. Now, this is the first update that we've gotten in a couple of months where they said Vinny's not going to sign a new contract this season. He's going to want to play out the rest of this season and then negotiate. Because if he finds his best form again, he can ask for the money that he wants.
That's the whole point, yeah.
Yeah. But I do think it's a big gamble, though. Because if he flops again, like if he performs shit, then Madrid might look at it like, we don't even want to keep you anymore. And now you don't get a new deal. So they force him out. Yeah. But I mean, like, what are you saying though about this whole Vini situation? Because I know you're a bit like critical of him.
Like you said, mate, it's all depending on his form, and it's all depending on how he performs as a player. If he performs trash, mate, then boy, he needs to have a long, hard look at himself and see why do I deserve more money? Why do I deserve this? But look, if he performs to the highest standard that we saw in peak, like for example 2 years ago, then 100%, he can get more money. That's facts, isn't it? That's how it's supposed to work. Like your expectations should be driven by the fact that you're motivated to play. And if you're motivated to play for the shirt and you're motivated to wear the shirt and wear the badge with pride and honor, then absolutely you get more money. But it's up to everybody, and it's up to himself. It's up to everything about how he's gonna operate as a player this season, and releasing players like David Alaba, releasing players like Rudiger, releasing other players that can.
I think Carvajal's contract too.
Exactly. Yeah, releasing players that could really just, I don't know, release the weight on Real Madrid's shoulders on paying this type of money. Then he could easily go to Vini, but he needs to perform, and I don't want to see him perform, get his money, and then next season not perform. That is absolutely horrific. If that's the case, you might as well go to another team. But I want to see him at his absolute best, guys. We need to see him at his absolute best. If it's not at his best, then go, mate. Absolutely go, mate.
But I do think that it gets to a point where I want a new deal signed before the summer, because if we enter that transfer window and Vinícius only has a year left on his contract, I'm saying you have to force this guy out, because you cannot lose an asset like Vinícius for nothing. Like whether people rate him or not, he's one of the most valuable players in the world.
Yeah,
you have to get something. So if we get to the middle of the next transfer window, right, 2026, the World Cup's going to be going on as well. If a new deal is not signed, I'm saying, like Vini, you got to go to Saudi, bro. Like, or whoever's going to buy you have to leave.
Yeah, that's it. Simple.
Like, even though we take other people's players for free, I don't think we're in the business of losing our most valuable players for nothing. Like, when's the last time that's happened? Like, Luka Modric left, but he was 40 years old. Nobody was going to pay us any money for him anyway.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Sergio Ramos left for free. He was out of his peak. I think, like Marcelo as well, if I'm not mistaken. Bale, or do we get some money for Bale? Point is, when players leave us for free, they're washed. They're not 25, 26 years old, worth 180 million. Like, so, I mean, and the thing is, so I don't know if you can see it right now, Dave. I have the wage structure pulled up. So Vini is on 20 million a year. He's on the same wage as Jude, right? They're both on 400,500. Oh, brother, that's fucking mad, dog. Dave,
I think that's to avoid some tax bracket in Spain. That 400,
but bro, could you imagine like every Thursday just getting paid 400,000 a week, bro? Oh my days, bro.
Maybe when the YouTube channel grows to maybe Goldbridge's level, even Goldbridge.
That's got to be like Mr. Beast kind of money, bro.
That is probably about Mr. Beast money.
That is, bro. I would never work. Like, y'all might not get like no more videos. I ever started making this kind of money, bro.
I'll just do one video. I'll just do one vlog outside the Bernabeu and be like, hey man, 1,000 people versus, I don't know, something at the Bernabeu, bruv. We buy 80,000 tickets at the Bernabeu and we actually watch the match together and we sing songs, bruv, and we just record it and then get paid, bags crazy for that, mate. That's a kind of Mr. Beast video.
Now, so essentially, right? So Vinny's contract, it expires at the end of this season. Well, sorry, in a year and a half. My bad. In 2027, and he's already on $20 million a year. Now, I do believe that Vinícius deserves a pay rise because for a majority of his contract, like he's been very successful. Like we've won 2 Champions Leagues. He's become one of the best players in the world. And I get his current form is shit. So I don't think he deserves Mbappe money, right? Like I don't think he deserves $30 million a year. But if he's on $20 million right now, I don't see an issue with giving him $23 million, like a little slight pay rise, because for a majority of his contract, he has delivered. Now, he does need to find his best form again, or else he has to leave the club regardless. But I don't think it's crazy for him to ask for more money. Like, people don't use real world logic when it comes to football. It's like, Dave, you have a job. I have a job. Like, when I was getting my job and when they made me my first offer, I asked for more money because the money that they offered me was decent, but I was thinking I deserved a bit more because of my resume, what I can do. So I asked for maybe about 15,000 more. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little bit nervous, but you have to, when you do negotiation, you never accept the first offer unless it's blowing you out of unless it just already meets your expectations. Because if you accept the first offer, more than likely you got finessed. So when I was getting my job, I asked for more money and I got it. I didn't get all that I wanted, but it was more than what they initially offered me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
I get that.
The club's gonna do what's best for them. The player's gonna do what's best for them. Like that's just how it is. Yeah. So I don't get why people are mad when players want more money. It's their job. Do any of you go to your job and say,
somebody called you David Alaba, bro?
hey, look, bro. Here's my thing, right? When Dave, when you go to your job, would you take less money because you just love what you do? You love the company? Fuck no. I need as much bread as possible. Man said, who the fuck asked for 15K more at the start? Brother, closed mouths don't get fed. Yeah. Closed mouths do not get fed. I'm not scared to ask for raises, to ask for extra bread, because if you don't do it, what do you think? The company going to just say, oh, well, you're a great worker. Here's an extra 15K. No, they'll exploit you. Yeah. So I don't see an issue with it. For me, I do think Vini on a new contract should get a couple more million. Not anything crazy, like 22, 23 million, little 3 million pay rise. I don't see the problem with that, honestly.
Yeah, and I think he should get a good pay rise. It depends on obviously his form this year. Honestly, if even if he doesn't perform, I don't think it's too harsh to give him a pay rise. Obviously, I don't dictate what Madrid's money is and what it does, but he definitely needs to. Bro, I want to see him win the Champions League, mate. I want to see him win La Liga. That's what I want to see him. I don't want to see him be second best, and he shouldn't be. He is the original essentially for Real Madrid in terms of this squad and how we perform and everything. So like like Mbappe, he gets his money because of that, but look, because of who he is, that's why Mbappe gets his money, you know. So I don't know. We need to really just look at the fine details here. What has he done for the club? And if he does perform well this season, then so be it. Let's see what happens, innit? Because look, if he feels he needs to deserve it, then he needs to deserve it. If he doesn't feel that,
the thing is though, Dave, like look at everything that he's accomplished, right? Like, because that's what he can. Like again, it's similar to when you go to your boss and you're like, "Yo, I'm being underpaid. Look at everything that I did. XYZ. You lay it out, bro. Look at Vinícius is already damn near the most successful Brazilian that we've ever had at the club, bro. Like, he's
true.
on his way to being a legend at this club. Like, like if he stays at Madrid another 5 years, bro, he probably leaves Europe as the most successful Brazilian that we've seen.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
It's actually mad, like, when you think about it, right? And you know, for me, I don't think that Madrid are in the business of losing their best players for free or just one Southern period. Do you get it? Like,
Manchester done this now, bro. I made you into David Alaba.
This guy Dave is crazy.
I made him into David Alaba, people, bro. He needs to show it on screen, bro. Let me see if I can. Let's see if I can bring my screen up here.
Nah,
people.
Dave is mad.
Let's see if I can bring my screen up here, people. 2 seconds, mate. 2 seconds. No, I can't because I got the whole. Oh wait, I can actually hold up. Let me just do it this. This guy.
Dave is mad.
Hey, bro. Nah, wait. Where's the tab?
You're a joke. What is it?
Where's the tab? There it is. Share, mate. Share.
Yeah. Let me see.
David Alaba. There we go, mate. You can share that, mate. There we go. No, the actual screen, bro. There we go. David Alaba, mate. As will, bro.
How do you do this?
Yeah, it's Photoshop.
How do you do this? I can't, bro. I'm good at Photoshop. I cannot do this. I have to figure out how Dave is moving like this, bro. Now this is mad.
It's generative content of Photoshop. You can do. You can do things to make you look like you morph.
That is mad.
Yeah, man like that. Maybe man like David Carnage, bro.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you blame Alaba for not wanting to leave? Why would you want to leave?
Of course, no. But he's going to leave anyway. He's going to.
Well,
leave,
I mean,
bro.
yeah, but I'm gonna run down my contract. 100%. I'm getting paid $22.5 million to hold bench at Real Madrid, and they want me to leave. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
It's crazy. Yeah,
that's
anyway,
crazy.
That's fine, mate. That's all good.
That's
yeah, well, we move, bro. That's how
I mean, okay, wait. So, Dave, like, have you kind of softened your stance on Vinícius? Because I remember, like a couple months ago, very harsh on the guy, right? Used to just cook Vini and stuff. Like, have you kind of? Because I think under Xabi, he's not been world class. I think he's looked a lot better though this season than the second half of last.
Yeah, I think definitely he's been much better this season. Much better this season. I think he's much improved. I think his overall game has improved. I think he's becoming better of a passer, which is very crucial for him to develop and grow as a person. He's more direct this season, which is great, and he's losing the ball less. It looks like his turnovers in terms of how he's losing the ball, in terms of how he's just being dispossessed, is not as high as it was last season. I think last season he was actually, people made highlight comps of him doing last season. I was like, bro, if you can find highlight comps of him last season, this season, he's doing much better. And he's working well with Mbappe, which is a crucial thing. Like, I thought that could never happen. And he is definitely working good with him. So, look, he could lead us to Champions Leagues. He could lead us to stuff. So, all the best. And hopefully he does find his feet. He hasn't even hit top form yet. Vini.
Nah, he hasn't. I think, and, I
Villarreal, he was good. Villarreal, he was decent.
Yeah. And I still hold my position that Xabi's going to be able to make him and Mbappe work together. I know that you were, not as, because I remember you saying that they cannot work together. Like, you don't think so. But I think, they have good connection. They do link up well. The only issue is just that they occupy the same space. Mbappe likes to drift a lot. And I don't think Xabi is telling Mbappe to stay more central, which, with the form that he's on, what can you really say to him? But I do think that he gets in the way of his teammates sometimes because he doesn't stick to where a striker needs to be. But I think their partnership, it looks good. It doesn't look as deadly or as lethal as we thought that it was going to initially. But I think Xabi's going to be able to get a tune out of them, bro, for sure.
Absolutely. I think he will be, and hopefully he does, because we've got some tough matches coming up. We have some really tough matches coming up. It's going to be something that we need to understand where we stand as a team and where do we go from here. Like, El Clasico is one of them. Juventus game is going to be tough. Liverpool game is coming up as well. That's going to be tough. So we really need to understand how we're going to be operating as a team. That these matches are going to show us. these matches are definitely going to show us. Juventus, people think it's going to be easy, bro. These Champions League Italian teams, never easy.
Nah,
Yeah,
come
it's not
on,
the,
man.
this.
I'm not rating the Pasta Mafia.
This is not the FIFA Club World Cup, mate. Trust me on this one. Yeah, Juventus, they're going to.
I'm not worried about Sopranos FC, Dave. Come on, brother. Stop it, man. Stop it.
Yeah,
bro. Juve have drawn like 6 straight matches, bro. You come on. You think I'm fairing a team that can't get 3 points in like a month? Stop it. I'm not worried about Juve, Dave.
Yeah, but it's not about that, mate. It's not about that. It's about it's about look. Even if they've drawn, even if they haven't lost, mate, it's gonna be tough for us to beat them.
I mean, it's gonna be a tough game. I'm not expecting us to go
never
to
count out Italian teams. Never count Italian. We saw.
No, I mean, of course, like
AC Milan last year, bro.
I'm not expecting us to go out there and dominate like Juve and just beat the hell out of them and score 5 goals and no. Like that's naive. But Juve are not good. Like they're a mid club. Like not club. Because Juve are a big club. But I'm talking about like as a team right now.
Interested in Yildiz, that's what they said.
I mean, a lot of top clubs should be interested in him because he's a baller, right? But in the Club World Cup, we shut him down. Conceição got locked up as well, right? Like I'm not really. Again, like AC Milan, they did humble us. Rafael Leao was looking mad against us. So I get it, but I think we should be beating Juve, bro. But chat, I mean, like, let me know like what you guys are saying just about the Vinícius situation, about Champions League as well, right? You do think that we beat Juve? I think most of us are gonna agree, but we'll talk about that on Monday with Dave on his channel because the games are next week. Let me get a couple of these supers. Big up to my guy Eugen, as always. Coming through with a huge super chat. Says, big up, F the oil money. Mate. They're going to change the vibe, energy, face of the league and clubs. Madrid do it, and here we go, like a domino effect. Kebab La Liga. I mean, but change could be good for La Liga. Look at how everybody's having these registration issues, right? Like the mid-table, the bottom clubs got to sell their best players just to survive. I don't see a change as a bad thing, bro. But big up to my guy Eugen. I know we were talking about it in the Discord earlier. Eugen chat. And then CS says best Brazilian, ignoring the second most decorated player of all time. I see Dani Alves. No, not ignoring Dani Alves, but one, right? Vinícius plays for a bigger club. On top of that, he's I think he already has more Champions Leagues than Dani Alves did. Or if not, I think he will. If he stays at Madrid, he's already Real Madrid's highest goal-scoring Brazilian. He's our highest goal-scoring Brazilian in the UCL as well, right? He's bagged in multiple Champions League finals. I just think when it's all said and done, with the personal achievements and his trophies, he will be considered one of the most successful Brazilians that the club has ever seen, and that Europe has ever seen. Because if you're the most successful at Real Madrid, then you're the most successful in Europe, period. So that's kind of how I view it.
Marcelo is the.
Well, I mean, Marcelo. Oh, yeah, Marcelo. I mean, does he have more trophies than? Does he have the most?
It would be either him or Roberto Carlos. I think. It'd definitely be either him or Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos would be. Let me see.
I think trophy-wise, Vini passes them, bro. If he stays. I think he does.
I don't think so. I think in honors. Oh, if he stays, you mean?
No. If he stays. No. If he leaves next summer, then no. But if he's here 5-6 more years, I think Vini passes them.
Potentially.
Because he's a forward, right? The goal scorers, the attackers, those are like the sexy players, right? In terms of, look at the GA and stuff. Like us. An attacker that bags
Casemiro
goals
too. I forgot about
and
Casemiro
that wins trophies are always going to be looked at as like a bit higher than like defenders and like midfielders, for example. Like that's just like how it goes. Like that's why the Ballon d'Or is dominated by attackers, for example, because the numbers, etc. But I mean, like it'll be up for a debate, of course. But it is what it is.
There's a few Brazilians that like there's so many Brazilians, mate, that you can mention in terms.
I mean, bro, like we're Brazil FC even before Perez. Like, we love some Brazilians, bro.
Yeah, no, and I mean, Casemiro, Marcelo, Roberto Carlos are 9. There's a lot of them, mate. There's definitely a lot of them. And I think Mr. Malgor is correct in the chat. There's a lot of players like Romario as well, mate. Romario for Barcelona. He won crazy amounts of stuff. So I don't know, mate. It's depending on overall, but I think Vinny can surpass them in terms of trophy overall. I think Marcelo's got Marcelo's won 6 La Liga titles, 2 Copa del Reyes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Super Cups, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Champions Leagues, 3 Super Cups, 4 Club World Cups. That is nuts, bro.
Nah, that's mad. And do you know, like what I've low-key forgot? Marcelo joined us at 18 as well, right?
Yeah, man. He
and like what? Like what year was that? Like 06?
Very young. Marcelo
was like 06,
Let
right?
me see. It says, 07, from Fluminense.
Okay, 07. Yeah, nah. Okay, yeah. Maybe not trophy. I don't know. But point is, Vinícius will be in that conversation if he stays. Like, another 5 or 6. Like, he'll be in that discussion of our most successful Brazilians. And I think, bro, you imagine we bag it. Like, bro, imagine if we win another UCL final, he bags in the 3rd one. Come on, bro. Like, bro, most players don't score in 1. So, yeah. But chat, like, let us know what you're saying. Because when it comes to Brazilians, right, somebody that's having a very hard time at the moment is Endrick. Man like Endrick, bro. Sir Bobby Charlton. Dave, I think this guy might end up leaving on loan in January.
I think he end up going to Leganes or something, bro. This guy is tapped, bro. He's a great player. He was a great talent, but bro, from when I saw him at Palmeiras, mate, I thought he was going to be the next fucking R9, bro. I swear down, or the next Adriano. Like I was looking at, I was so promising, mate. But I've got to say, man, Ancelotti never gave him a chance too much, to be honest. He played a couple of Copa del Rey games. He played a couple of games here and there. Never gave him full chance. But I hoped that Alonso would give him a chance.
Yeah, he was the top goal scorer in Copa del Rey last season. Remember? Endrick was very good when he got minutes. But
this guy, it's good, man.
But I said it during the Club World Cup, bro. Gonzalo Garcia having that kind of tournament was the worst thing that could have happened to Endrick. Because Xabi Alonso comes into the job, is only there for a week, and Gonzalo Garcia is performing phenomenally in his system. Yeah. So now, with Endrick being injured, Gonzalo Garcia now leapfrogs you in the order, right? Yeah, so now I view Endrick as our 3rd choice striker. I don't really see him getting any playing time unless some injuries happen, Dave.
I think Copa del Rey maybe he has a chance. But
when does that start for us? In like January.
Yeah.
So you tell me that Endrick won't play until January? Like, I thought Endrick should have got minutes against Kairat, right?
Yeah, true. That would have been a good game for him.
But the issue that Endrick has is that when we signed Endrick, let's not forget, we didn't have Mbappe. So remember, we signed Endrick first, and then he stayed in Brazil for like another year or 2. Because remember, they can't join until they turn 18. I think we signed Endrick when he was like 16. So he stayed in Brazil for like 2 more years. But then we signed Mbappe the same summer that he joined us. That really messed him up. Because once you sign Mbappe, and Mbappe's not old. It's not like Lewandowski at Barca, where all Endrick had to do, just wait 2 years, then you'll get your chance. Mbappe is 26 years old. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. So now Endrick was 2nd choice striker, but then the injuries happen. We get a new manager. Gonzalo Garcia is the top goal scorer at the Club World Cup. Did an absolute madness. So now you're behind him. And Gonzalo Garcia is barely getting minutes. So, like, Endrick, even though it would be bad for us, Endrick needs injuries. Like, you know how Mbappe got a little knock in the international break? Let's be real. Endrick was probably at home, fingers crossed, that he was going to have to miss like 2 months. It's bad for us as a club. But for Endrick, one of these guys get injured, that's good for him, in theory. But I'm nervous about sending him out on loan because if there's a buy option, like, I would rather just loan him to a bottom La Liga club, not one of these big clubs, right? Like, not like no Dortmunds, no Manchester Uniteds or Liverpool, none of the big clubs. Because when you go to a big club on loan and there's no option to buy, they don't really have an incentive to play you. Like, what? So they're going to develop you, make you good to just send back to Real Madrid? That's why you saw, for example, like Reinier Jesus. Remember the Brazilian kid? We sent him to Dortmund. They never played him. I would send Endrick. Like they're saying that Marseille.
Marseille, yeah. That's
But,
a good
like,
shout.
why would I send him to Marseille? Because I don't want him to leave permanently. I would send him to, like you said, Leganes. I would send him to Girona. Like one of those teams who are fighting relegation that have no choice but to play him.
No.
Like that's how I view it.
Yeah, I think the same. I think those kind of teams would be good. Or you can send him to somewhere like, for example, I don't know. If you look at the Premier League, like his physicality is good for that league. To be honest, he's quick. He's good on a turn. He has. Well. Sorry,
I said like he's stocky.
Yeah, he's stocky as well. Yeah, he's good. Yeah. He's got good physicality.
But see, the issue with Endrick, he's smallest. Dave, Endrick's like 5'7".
Yeah, no, that's a problem. Yeah,
Bro, that is a very small guy. Yeah, like he's short.
Yeah, I think even in the Premier League would be good still. I mean, he can play also in the wing as well. But his movement, his style profile suits more of a striker.
Yeah,
like I could see him like fitting into, like you said, one of the clubs like Girona or so forth. Like a team like Vallecano will be good for him. Kind of that kind of team that plays really fast, attractive football and can really just feed the ball to him. You know, I think Endrick will be good for that kind of club. I think.
Yeah, I mean, he's decent as well, like on the right.
And I think not moving away from Madrid would be good. Like a feeder club would be good. Like, for example, like a Getafe or like Vallecano, like a Madrid-based club, not Atletico Madrid, but a Madrid-based club.
But you know the thing is, do you think that Endrick made the wrong choice joining us? Because remember, Barcelona were in for him, and we got him over Barca. And then remember, because they missed out on Endrick, they signed Victor Roque. Remember in January, and then Xavi didn't rate him, never gave him a chance. By the way, all you Barca fans, Victor Roque is the best striker in Brazil right now. I follow a couple Brazilian pages, bro. Victor Roque in his last 14 games has like 12 goals and like 5 assists, bro. He's moving mad. And guess where he's at, Dave? Palmeiras.
Yeah.
So he was Endrick's replacement at but he's cooking in Brazil. And look at Barca right now. They need a striker. Lewandowski, this is his last season. Do you think Endrick made a mistake? Because I think he did. Like, if I have a son that plays football, and if he's considered elite, like a hot prospect, 16, 17 years old, Real Madrid, and even me as Madrid, I love this club. I would not send my son to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
I would never do that. And I would tell my son, develop yourself first, and then they'll come back in for you, like when you're world class. But
bro, man's getting straight away, bro. Man's getting box seats, bro, to Real Madrid's Bernabeu. I get the box seats, bro.
So you would send your kid to Madrid. He's gonna probably be in the academy, and then he'll be at Getafe in 2 years.
Bro, I'm going to Real Madrid, bro.
Nah,
everybody's saying
I'm
that.
Not.
Absolutely, bro.
I'm not.
My son, if he gets a football, when I do eventually have a son or a daughter, mate, I don't care either, mate. They're playing for Real Madrid, mate. They're going to the academy, bro. No, see, I don't care.
My son,
I'll put a football with a Real Madrid logo in their hands, bro.
But I would want him to play for Real Madrid when he's actually world class. Because I'd be like, bro, let's say like right now. Let's say I have a son right now, 18 years old, hot prospect. He plays midfield. Madrid come in. I'm looking like, yo, bro, where are you going to play? Is Arda Güler, Valverde, Jude, Camavinga, Tchouameni? Like, you're not going to get minutes. Like, bro, go to Dortmund. Like, go to a team that has a track record of building up young players at a high level. Yeah. And then maybe Madrid come in for you in about 3-4 years.
Yeah.
But you're not going to play, bro. Like, I do think Endrick, at the time, it was a good signing. But once Mbappe joined us the same summer that he did, that messed him up. Because essentially, you relegated Endrick to being a backup player at this club for the next 5-6 years while Mbappe is at the club, bro. So Endrick never had a chance to actually be a starter. Same thing with Gonzalo Garcia. He will never be a starter for Real Madrid week in, week out.
Yeah.
It'll never happen, bro.
Absolutely. Yeah. We need to see, mate, with Endrick. I need to look at him and see if he's going to be playing in Copa del Rey. If Alonso going to choose him, let's see, man. Let's see. I just hope he gets these minutes. I hope that Alonso picks him.
Yeah.
If he does, then boy, have a chance to prove yourself. Have a chance to prove yourself. Yeah,
for sure. But Dave, look, before we wrap, I know we only got about like 5 more minutes, brother. Talk to me about Getafe. You feeling confident? I see this as a tough 3 points.
Yeah, it's a tough 3 points, but I think we'll do them. Even if it's a 1-0 away at Getafe, man, I think it's shit, bro. It still keeps us on top of Barcelona. Honestly, the result, the amount of goals doesn't matter. Look, if I see a 1-0, bro, my match reaction will be like, okay, now we are looking forward to El Clasico. Yeah? That's it, simple as, yeah? A 1-0 at Getafe away is a good result, especially for a Madrid-based team. If it ends up like a 2-0, 3-0, then, boy, so be it. So this Sunday, mate, we'll look forward to it. We'll see what happens. And hopefully, yeah, we get the 3 points. We get the 3 points, and then Barcelona, hope they drop points, but I don't see it, bruv, against Girona. I do not see it against Girona. It's going to be 2 points lead going into El Clasico. And that Juventus match is just a momentum builder. That's all it is. Juventus match is a momentum builder for El Clasico. Yeah? We're playing 2 decent sides. They're playing 2 shit sides, bro.
They've been playing shit teams all season, Dave. Like, Barca have not had a tough game yet in terms of their opposition.
Apart from PSG.
No, well, I'm talking about like in La Liga.
Sevilla. I tell you what,
Sevilla were sitting 11th before. Like, Sevilla jumped to like 6th after they beat Barca. Sevilla were in the bottom half.
Sevilla, bro.
But they were in the bottom half, bro.
Yeah, you never know what happens with them.
We played Villarreal, who are sitting 3rd. We've played Atleti, who, regardless of form, Atleti are still the 3rd best team in. Come on, let's be real. They're the 3rd best team in Spain. Yeah, their form's been shit. It's still Atleti, right? We also played shit. Even bro, Espanyol, when we played them, we're sitting 3rd in the table, undefeated. Like, Barca have not had to play high competition aside from. Did Dave's screen just go black?
Yeah, it just went off.
Okay. I thought that was me, bro. Like, yeah, I'm saying, like, just like the run up until El Clasico has been easier for Barcelona, in my opinion.
Yeah,
like we have had a much harder start to our schedule. Vallecano, okay, I'll give you Vallecano, but that's only because you played them at their ground. But in theory, Vallecano are not a good team, but they're just tough to beat in their stadium. But they're not a good team.
That's the truth. Yeah, we need to see, mate, because
and the thing is, Dave, as well, there's no housing
next week, bro. Yeah,
no housing, and I mean, actually, they're saying that they're not even sure if housing is going to be available for El Clasico, bro. Like, that's kind of see, like when he first like picked up the knock at the beginning of and that's right. I was thinking that was us just being clever. This brother is actually hurt.
Yeah, it's true. I was like Dean Howson injury. I was like injury. He's actually injured. He is injured. Yeah, I
think he'll be back for El Clasico. I think he makes his return against Juve. He cooks his former club, and then we slap Barca on. Yeah. Like that's just what it is. But other people, that wraps up a great episode of the Galacticos podcast. Come on, people. Make sure you smash that like button. Subscribe to myself and Dave. Turn on those post notifications on your way out. Dave, you have anything coming up, bro? I saw you were playing FC. And then you were also playing like Battlefield.
Yeah, I was playing Battlefield, mate.
Are you good in that?
Bro, don't even know, bro. But my FC content, my FC 26 content is slapping, bro. Tomorrow I'm starting a player career, so individual.
Where are you at in the league?
First.
Okay, good. I don't want to have to make videos saying Dave out.
Bro, you could have made the videos 2 days ago, mate, saying Dave out because I lost to Barcelona and I lost to Man City.
What was the score?
I lost to Man City was 6-1. They beat me. Yeah,
6-1, and then wait, okay, and then Barca was what?
2-0, bro. They beat me. Yeah, at the Bernabeu, guys.
You're finished. Wallahi, you're finished.
Dave out, people. Dave #Dave out.
I am out because my camera's just completely died.
Hey, look, people, we're gonna wrap up right now. This is gonna redirect you over to Matrix. He's doing a show with his guy. They're talking about Dean Howson's injury, Real Madrid news, etc. So let him know. Carnage Raid in the chat. And yeah, man, look, man, Dave, 6-1 to Man City. Are you mad, bro?
Yeah, man, I'm out already. I'm